Hello, Homestead. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please stay standing for a moment of silence. From Homestead Media, this is HHS In Depth.
Earlier today, our federal partners told states to expect large increases in the amount of vaccine that will be flowing to us.
Right now on HHS In Depth, Indiana vaccine rollout continues, and now all Hoosier adults will soon be eligible. Hear more from Governor Holcomb's press conference earlier this week.
Plus, fans of The Voice will soon see a familiar face competing on the show. You'll find out how a recent Spartan graduate made his way to the team of Blake Shelton and his next step on The Voice. Those stories and more straight ahead. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Hadley Mertz.
And I'm Ashton Hackman. Hoosiers aged 16 and older could soon get their COVID-19 vaccine doses. It's exciting news.
It really is. I will definitely be signing up.
It's just a portion of what Governor Eric Holcomb announced at the press conference on Tuesday, commemorating the one-year anniversary of the first COVID-19 restrictions. 1 year later, Governor Holcomb is moving to soon ease restrictions and continue vaccine rollout statewide. The state public health emergency will be renewed for another 30 days, beginning April 1st. That way, Indiana will still receive federal funding. As mentioned earlier, starting March 31st, Hoosiers 16 and older will be eligible to receive the coronavirus vaccine due to a large increase in the amount of vaccines that will be coming to the state. On April 6th, the state's mask mandate will become an advisory, although face coverings will remain mandatory in all state buildings and facilities, as well as in vaccination and COVID testing sites. All K-12 schools will continue under current requirements through the remainder of the 2020-21 school year. That same day, all venue capacity limits will be decided by local officials. Holcomb praised Hoosiers for their perseverance throughout the pandemic.
I've never been prouder. Prouder because of the Hoosier spirit itself. Indiana indeed rose to the challenge time and time again.
Now for the latest COVID-19 headlines we're following on this Friday. In our area, Paulding County, Ohio, saw its second day in a row without any new cases of COVID-19 earlier this week. This is not the first time Paulding County has been able to report 0 new cases of coronavirus, but the health department says that it's becoming more common as more people get vaccinated. More than 124 million doses of the COVID-19 vaccine have been administered nationwide.
Results from a U.S. trial of the AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine may have used outdated information. An independent committee overseeing the trial expressed concern that the outdated data in the trial may have provided an incomplete view of efficacy data. AstraZeneca said the study's independent safety monitors found no serious side effects, including no increased risk of rare blood clots like those identified in Europe.
And now, some big news for a former Homestead Spartan. For weeks, Fort Wayne has been anticipating the debut of former student Keegan Ferrell on The Voice. This past Monday, that day finally came. Homestead held a viewing party Monday evening to watch Keegan's audition. Over 50 supporters showed up to watch as both Kelly Clarkson and Blake Shelton turned their chairs in hopes of Keegan joining their team. Keegan ultimately chose Blake to be his coach for this season, and after the show, Keegan gave a speech stating his gratitude for all the support he's received from Homestead and the rest of the community. Stay tuned for next week to see an interview with Keegan and learn about his journey on The Voice so far.
Don't blow away today, as it's going to get pretty windy. I'll be back with a check of the forecast in a few.
You're watching HHS In Depth with Ashton Hackman and Hadley Mertz.
Welcome back. Recently, the State Department of Health has altered the school's social distancing space from 6 feet apart to only 3 feet.
With the reason behind the guideline change and how it has helped Homestead, here's HHS In Depth reporter Sean Ross.
As you may have noticed, Homestead's been having less and less COVID-19 cases. This has led to the decision to change the social distancing rule from 6 feet to 3. You may be wondering why this is the new change. Ms. Kleber, the district's director of student learning, tells us why these changes actually benefit schools.
The reason Indiana went to 3 feet is we know it's really important for all of our students to be on campus and be engaged in academic activities in a consistent basis. And we know that when we were able to analyze all the information from the districts and how many kids who were in quarantine actually then became positive, we had this understanding that when in a classroom and we had supervised mask to mask, students wearing them and teachers wearing them, that we weren't seeing the spread of COVID cases.
This new rule has large benefits to students working in the classroom.
The change in the guidance from the state of Indiana to go to a 3 feet mask-to-mask supervision to look at contact tracing really benefits us, because I think we see when students are on campus, our grades are better. We also know from lots of students who have voiced that when they're home in quarantine or when we had long periods of time for virtual, that they missed being with their friends at school. And so as a school district, we know that when students are happy and parents are happy and our teachers are happy, that we can do great things for our learners.
Even though COVID can be unpredictable, if things continue to move smoothly, we can hopefully move back to a more relaxed school environment. Reporting for HHS In Depth, I'm Sean Ross.
All right, thank you, Sean. Just a reminder that wristbands from Mr. Sagnon will be sold all week long and through the end of next week. We want to keep collecting money for his fundraiser, with plans now to donate all of the money towards a scholarship named after Mr. Sagnon. You can buy a wristband at all lunch mounts this week for $1 each inside the cafeteria.
There's a new club here at Homestead, the Cartoon Club. Go out for their first meeting on Monday, March 29th in Mrs. Hefner's room, room 123, from 2:45 to 3:30. This club is a mixture of watching, discussing, and sometimes drawing Western cartoons. Go see what this club is all about.
Door number 1 front lot parking stickers are available in the discipline office. Student drivers who attend Anthus, student teach, or have internships, co-op, CNA, or senior experience are eligible to receive a sticker.
All they have to do is bring in their current hang tag, that neon green one that they already have on in their car, and they just bring that to me, and then I put a special sticker on that one. So that's all they have to do. And as long as their name's on the list or their senior experience, then they can get one of those.
Audio Aficionados is back meeting every Tuesday. Each week, the club listens to some of the most influential and groundbreaking music. Next Tuesday, they will be listening to Fleetwood Mac. Get out there at 2:45 in room 600B, the radio and TV classroom.
The Key Club's canned food drive is continuing to move along with just 3 more days to get those cans in. HHS In-Depth reporter Andre Sentliver brings us a story about what the event is and how the food drive is going so far.
So far, the Homestead Key Club's canned food drive has done exceptionally, but with only a few more days left to get your cans in, the race to be in first is very close.
We're mostly collecting cans from the whole school in order to give them to our local community harvest food bank. And so with COVID, they've been really in need of extra cans, just really extra help since, more people are in need.
Although donating cans can make you feel good, there's also an incentive for teachers and students to have the most cans turned in.
The top 2 classes will be getting $5 gift cards. That's each person in the class. There's been a lot of cans and I'm really happy about it. And I'm definitely glad that there's been some excitement stirred up over, I want to beat the top class or I want to beat another class. Collect those cans, look in your pantry. Don't do expired food because that just, creates more stress on the system. Just see if whatever you're able to give, try.
As of today, the top 3 teachers have racked up a total of 383, 205, and 138 cans each. Be sure to get your cans in, Homestead, and remember that only the top 2 classes will get gift cards for each student. For HHS In Depth, I'm Andre Sentliver.
Well, this week surely gets you excited for spring and summer, but will it stick around?
Carly Flanagan joins us now with the forecast.
For tonight and Sunday, it will get pretty windy, but this weekend we'll have some highs in the 70s, and it doesn't look like we'll have any rain chance until next week, and this weekend has some pretty nice weather. I'll be back with the 7-day forecast in a few.
All right, thank you, Carly. Next in sports, the transition from winter to spring sports is underway. Some of our Spartan athletes have made their college decisions, and one of Homestead's club sports is gearing up for state this weekend.
Caleb is in with sports next. Stay with us.
This is your weekly installment of Tech Tips, a helpful short series over assisting students and staff through issues in technology. Online, one nifty and underrated website proves to be a very useful tool for finding information. This website is TinEye. If you are working on an assignment in which you need details on an image, this method is perfect. Just save the picture to your desktop, go to the website, and upload it. TinEye will automatically look online to see any matching pictures and can give you options to find more websites related to the topic. Tune in next week where we'll talk about Google bookmarks and how you can stay organized and efficient in your search engine.
Welcome back, I'm Caleb Wood. The weather outside over the last week has made it clear that the transition from winter sports season to spring sports season is underway. Here's a list of the recent and upcoming events featuring our spring sports teams. This past Tuesday, the boys track and field team opened their season at Huntington North. They defeated the Vikings with a varsity score of 78.5 to 48.5. Varsity first place finishes went to Desmond Smith, Jacob Martin, Zach Zolman, Carson Heckman, Zach Morman, Grayson Welch, Jude Minnick, Carter Hall, Ethan Widenhofer, Eli Griffin, and Aiden Shepard. Here's Shepard in the final stretch of the 4x400 meter relay, taking over the first Huntington North runner and winning the event. Next week, a few more of our spring sports teams open their seasons up. On Monday, the softball team begins their season in a game against New Haven at home. First pitch is scheduled for 5 p.m. Also on Monday, the baseball team opens their season against Fishers in a game being played at Taylor University at 6 p.m. The girls track and field team begins their season next Tuesday evening in a meet at Warsaw. One of our club sports teams is getting ready to compete for a state championship. Here's HHS In Depth reporter Jacob Bashford with a look at the Spartans bowling team.
This Saturday, Eli Slavin has the chance to do something no one has done in Homestead history. Bring home the bowling individual state championship.
Since freshman year, it's something I've always wanted to do. But over the past couple months in sectionals, regionals, semi-state, I felt pretty confident in what I've been doing. I'm ready to win. I don't have any other goal. I don't want to place any lower than first.
While Eli is competing for individuals, he also has the opportunity to compete with the rest of the boys team for the righteous honor of bowling state champs.
Honestly, I see the team winning state. From what I saw in semi-state, really made me confident as to what the boys can do under pressure, all that different scenarios. I think we're ready.
Competing for 2 state titles in one day is no easy task, but Eli is still up for the challenge.
Mentally, I'm prepared. Physically, I'm prepared. Like I said, I want to win. That's the only goal I have. For team, for the boys, I wish nothing but the best. I believe we're going to win. I'm confident we're going to win, and I just can't wait. Cannot wait for Saturday.
Good luck to Eli Slavin and the rest of the boys bowling team as they compete this Saturday at Pro Bowl West. Reporting for HHS In Depth, I'm Jacob Bashford.
In other sports news, congratulations to Luke Palmer for signing with Hope to continue his football career. He was an All-State player while playing at Homestead. Junior Ayanna Patterson announced last weekend that she is committing to UConn to continue her basketball career. She is an All-State junior and an All-Star player. That's all for sports. Carly has a final check of the weather when we come back.
Here at Homestead High School Media, we're taking steps to stay safe during the COVID-19 pandemic. That includes limiting the number of workers in the TV studio and wearing masks when not on camera. We also socially distance our anchors each week at the news desk. In the studios, we limit the number of people allowed in at a time, and even our mics wear masks. Thank you for doing your part in helping fight COVID-19.
For this next week, Saturday is looking pretty warm, but as the rest of the weekend goes in, it does start to get a little chillier, so prepare to bring a jacket and a raincoat for Wednesday and Thursday as rain chances do start to get higher. Ashton and Hadley, back to you.
All right, thank you, Carly, and thank you for watching today.
One more week of school before we get to enjoy spring break.
We'll be back again next Thursday with a very special guest anchor. Have a great weekend.